Ladies, gentlemen, and you beautiful in-betweens, hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Calmputer, and today I believe and hope that we might actually turn on this giant monstrosity. I have some misgivings, not gonna lie, that it might have some issues, but hopefully they will be minor. I'm kind of just counting on there being issues at any rate. But yeah, hopefully they will be minor. So let's go look at what we've wrought. Oh god, I love the Blade Runners. Like, honestly. And soon I'm getting the jetpack as well. And hopefully this system might actually output a few more cans of fuel than the fuel generators will actually need. So I can do a little stockpile of that too, maybe, and also save. Yes, thank you. And yeah, probably I should clean this up. Like, this section doesn't actually need any fuels. It only takes canned fuel and turns it into cans and fuel. So it doesn't actually input any fuel. So yeah, this was completely unnecessary, which is sad because it looks a lot better than the next section, where I accidentally built this a little too close, so these won't fit in this manner. And I also kind of want to just change this, maybe, so the pipes are on the bottom, so I don't have to worry about head lift and stuff. Because right now I don't know if I need to do that or not. I have no idea. So I'm a little worried that these will become completely dry. But we shall see. Either way, I kind of want the pipes not only to not be this close to each other. Same thing with these belts. Yeah, just kind of clean up this, clean up that, and do a few other things. Not going to record that, obviously. Or make a time lapse of it. Yeah, where'd the wall go? Yeah. Wait, what? They're dirty. Well, that simply will not do. Oh well, yeah. Also, I have some misgivings about this little setup here. This is just a storage container with empty canisters that go in to get filled with water, and they just get put in here. And this is a normal splitter. That's a normal, whatever they're called. Why do I keep forgetting names? Yeah, merger. Yeah. So in the beginning, it should be perfectly fine. It'll go like 50-50 on these. However, once this system actually starts running, like starts warming up and spitting out empty canisters, this is going to create a massive bias towards the left here. So I think that will just get piled up and so they won't be outputting any fuel because they will be full of cans. So I'm gonna have to make like an actual balancer here. And I should probably maybe do the same with these that are the packaged water that go all the way to the first section, way over there. So that's a thing I probably should do. And yeah, here's the bit I mentioned where I built these too close. And yeah. And oh yeah, about these, about the positioning of these, I think it's over here. I mentioned this in the last episode, but it was kind of buried. Yeah, here we go. Right, let's go all the way to the end and waste some time, right? Notice this line here. It's kind of in the middle of this diagonal. Huh? Still kind of in the middle. Not even close. kind of sarcastically far away. And I mean, yeah, no. And that causes these to not connect at all. And the same with that one and that one. And I believe that one is just barely okay. And I think this little bug comes from me using... Can't fit it there or there. Can kind of fit it here. By doing this and holding down control. For some reason, when it comes to these refineries at this specific point, I've never seen any other section do this. But apparently when you hold down control with the refineries, they get moved a couple of pixels, every single one. So, and because you then move, and then because you then plant the next one in relation to the last one you put down, it just gets further and further and further away from the first one you place down. And I'm not entirely sure why or how to trigger it and how to make it not happen. Well, one, don't hold down control, yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna have to make some kind of a extra little video about it because it's a pretty big thing when it messes up the entire symmetry of a section of your base or factory. And I mean, it could be much, much worse, of course. This is just 7 in a row, but what if it were 10, 20? You'd have to redo everything. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that and just, like, be aware that it can happen. So, yeah, I need to balance that and... see, I also need to build the water, not in this one, but here, coming in here, and in the first one right over there. I need 200 water there, I need 800 water here, and I'm thinking of just putting the water extractors down there and be done with that. Also, yeah. That's a smart splitter, which, I mean, it should work in theory, but I'm very concerned. And I have done the same thing here, where a smart splitter that is set to send any overflow to the center. That is to say, into, well, space at this point, but I'm going to put some storage containers here, so in preparation for the train station. But that means that I'm a little conflicted because I haven't done the same thing with this. And it means that, like, the only way I get any kind of output for plastic is if this is already full and then some plastic comes down here and it gets full and then the overflow gets sent there. But what about this that is then full? I mean, it will keep storing up plastic in here until it can't make anymore, and then everything will probably just gunk up, basically. And yeah, also, no, I'm not quite so sure here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there are 5 on the lower belt. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. Oh. No damage. That's very nice. And like I mentioned, I have the same setup here where the overflow gets sent out, but that will probably gunk up this something horrible. So I'm going to have to make some kind of proper balancer here. And then after the balancer, I could put in a smart splitter. Maybe. Because I still want to, like, favor going, like, staying into this, staying in the system. Or maybe I should put the overflow counter, the overflow smart splitter here instead after that. We can actually do the math here right now. 60, and I have 9 of them, so that's 540. Damn. That's no good at all, actually. Because this is a 480 belt. That means if I put the smart splitter here, it's not going to work because the gun cup will happen here instead. Do I put like a smart splitter on the bottom side as well? That doesn't seem smart. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do something about it. Wait, I need 300 to go out. So why don't I actually just do that? And take 6? 6 times 6 is 300. Take 6 of these and put them on the top belt, and the rest go here. That could technically work, maybe. Theoretically, anyway. And then do the same here, where they also do 60. That's very nice of them. I don't like that because I feel like I can't really be sure that it will actually send things. Like that it will actually be making enough for these and that these will be making enough for these. Until the entire system works perfectly, it could just be like a stop and start situation. Anyway, I'm babbling at this point and should probably start building things, right? And like I also have problems with this. It's not balanced in any way, shape, or form, I don't think. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Kind of right now. So yeah, for now, let's get rid of these very dirty panes of glass and start building some fuel generators. All right, so I had to change a few things, like rearrange a few things. Not entirely happy with it, especially that one and how it like goes all crooked now. Maybe I can do something like this if I put those on the put these on the outside instead. Maybe. I mean, I've done it now, so I might as well keep this. And then once I know that everything actually works, that's when I start cleaning things up, like removing these pipes there. Also, I am kind of worried about these, honestly. Genuinely worried. And I should probably do this as well. Like, when I start, sure, it'll be perfectly fine to balance them out between these two belts here. But once these start emptying fuel and putting out empty canisters, I need to stop this from adding things. And I'm worried that it'll be like a stop and start situation where these will sometimes be starved and sometimes be just overworked, and that it will stop these from being able to put out empty canisters because the belts are full. I genuinely don't know. If that happens, then I'm going to have to start like removing them until I find the proper equilibrium, and I'm not really sure how that will work, honestly. I'm genuinely curious. And I also went around and like turned a few of them down. That should actually be 24 now that I think about it, because I want to have like 20 being done. And I did some bad math in the last segment. Yeah, 60 times 6 is surely 360, but I only need 300. So I got 5 of these to go on the top belt, and then these 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I mess this up? No, I didn't. Good. Yeah, 4 here and 3 in the next section. And this one I also turned to 34. No, come on. There. Like I can turn 20 here, and it says 33. But if I do this, it goes down, and I really don't want better overkill than underkill. So yeah, that should be enough. Plastics going, although no, it should be fine because the 4 first ones there are the first to get any plastics, I think. Yeah, if we look at the top one, yeah, there are no ones connected. So it goes all the way over there and then down and then into these. That's technically a bad idea, honestly. But we shall see how it works out. And I've done the same thing here, although it's 3 on the bottom belt. 60. I have a bad feeling. No. Yeah, no, you need to be 89. There, no, not 90, 89. Yeah, 53 per minute. I believe that's mathematically correct. And then top 4, what? No, 5. Good. Belting out 300, that goes into those 2 there. Like, just to see if this entire thing works or not, I believe this is good. And we have the water and we have the fuel getting input here. I'm a little concerned with these 2. Like, they're not supposed to get 300 and 300. But I have connected them, and I have actually connected this one here too, which I probably shouldn't do, actually. Like these. Let's see, that's 60, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 60, that's 300 going right in there. And the other ones are going into this top, and then the 5 all the way over there. Like this one, these ones are going into this bottom. That's not great. Because that means that one's getting 300 and that's getting whatever the rest is. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to fix that. But for now, let's just see if everything works. And like we could just balance them something like this, ugly. But theoretically, it should work. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just like make sure that everything's working and the generators are not actually connected right now because, well, what if their power goes up by 150 because, well, 300 because 2 of these started, and then all of the miners exceed that limit, then the entire system will shut down again, and I don't want that. So for now, actually, I'm going to fly for this section and go look at the fuel tower to make sure that everything is okay there. It seems to be like it's filled up the pipeline. This is ugly. It's also temporary, so that's fine. Let's see. Yes, it should. When I fill this thing up, I just had one of these pipes going in here, and that was removed, and then it was just going in here, and then up this entire thing, and then getting distributed down again. until this one. So we have that, and we have that. Everything that's fine and good. And save point there to be absolutely certain that we can mess things up without worry for at least 10 minutes. Yeah, this should be fine, maybe. That's filling up very quickly. Filling up there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Come on. 14, 16, 18, and come on, you can do it, Captain. 20. They're all running. Ow. They're all running. And we do indeed have 3,000. Do I wait for these to fill up? And also that proves that a pipe of 300 can definitely power all of these with ease. Might actually... Do I have anything left over here? No, not a single deciliter or liter or cubic meter. That's really interesting. And we have 2 per minute there. 0, 0. Oh, yes. Once these fill up to the brim, then these ones, and then these ones. Yeah, we do have, like, it's keeping, like, whatever it has right now. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh boy, this is the worst bit. Yeah, you're up and running. Also, I forgot to check that everything here is overclocked, as it should be. That was 300. Come on. 300 as well. Very nice. And the crude is coming in fairly slowly, actually. Slowly. Also, actually, I'm pretty sure this will have a problem with head lift, because 1, 2, 3, 4, no, maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20, so it might be fine. Once we actually get some crude in there, you know. Come on. There, full there, and you're going on, turning on. Let's see how far you go. Oh, you definitely exceeded. Okay, so we don't have any problems later. Again, I'll clean that up later. There, and we can see them. We could probably see them pumping. Right. And that means you're all running. Good. Hold up. That's a lot more polymer resin than I thought you should be making. Oh, and maybe, yes. 20, 130. Let me double check something. Right, the schematic I have, and the recipe list, etc., says 300 crude oil. You need 6 to create 400 residue, and you're creating 1,300, and no, 400 heavy oil residue, and you're creating 20 from 6. Okay, the actual like blueprint I'm using here says 10, so let's divide all of that by 10. So 30, 3 cubic meters turns into 40 fluids, and I'm getting 20, and 20 parts, and I'm getting 130, and I'm using up 6 instead of 3. Yeah, I'm getting a quarter of the fluids I'm supposed to be getting, but what is going on? Like, these are the only ones. Yeah, unpacking is... Why is it in unpacking? That makes no sense. Now we're getting the right... Okay, that could have... Like, how badly is... It's very badly, okay. Let's hope just switching it fixes it, and I can remove these superfluous resin later. Like, why is it in unpacking? That makes absolutely 0 sense. It should be in the fuel section, or fluid section, basically. No wonder. But that raises another issue. I was like thinking, did they change the recipe while I was making this? And let's see, is there any of you that are full with resin? No, but since you were making 1300, there might be a gunk up around here. Also, what's with the V-Sync issue? What is going on? Let's see, can I... I'm getting a 60, why? I'm supposed to get 75. And V-Sync on. Let's turn off everything else that I have running right now. There we go. Yeah, that fixed it. Weird. All right, so we're getting a little bit of resin. That's good. We're making a little bit of rubber. That's also good. We are getting... Are we not? Is it because I just changed it and it hasn't caught up yet? Come on. Stabilize. Or don't. 2, 1. Is it a head lift issue? Could be a head lift issue. Could be because you haven't... 50... Okay. It's going back and forth, meaning it's like sloshing back and forth, basically, I guess. But it is filling up. And what are you doing? You're doing nothing. Because you're not having... Come on. Yeah, that's on me. That's very much on me. Boom. And now we see if we are indeed properly balancing things. We are. Ish. Maybe. How's the energy going right now before everything starts turning on? That's concerning. It's a little high. On the other hand, we have right now 13 plus 13, 26, plus 10, 36, plus 5, 41, plus however many these are. But we're not getting any fuel right now. So these aren't really turning on. And a bit of a hiccup there. And these are kind of all seems to be sort of filling up with it. That's very nice. We are getting water. And it is it? No. Doesn't feel balanced. Maybe it will feel balanced soon. And we're starting to get some back into here. Once, let's see, 0%. It's, oh, right, yeah. Guess this is where I should be looking. Now that I think about it, 59, 72, ow, can't move. And you are at 35. Oh, because that's interesting. I need to look at the one in the middle to know. 22. Yeah, no. Because these are getting starved. That one is getting starved of fuel, and these ones are getting starved of water because they haven't started like actually moving through the system properly yet. Maybe. But they are making fuel. Oh, this is bad. That could have been a disaster. Like, I don't want the fuel coming in here and then also trying to fill up the fuel tower. That would be a disaster. Although it couldn't technically do that. It could maybe fill the first 1.5 of the fluid buffers. Yeah, we're getting some water here. And the water, oh, well, I mean, we could have seen that just by looking at the fact that we were getting these to know that water was actually pumping through the system. That is a fair point. I kind of want to counter. That counts how many of each is going through these. I know there's a mod for it, but I kind of don't want to use too many mods in case there's an update that breaks all of the mods I was using and kind of messes around with things that I've been starting to like presume that I can use, etc. How are we doing here? Not at all is the answer. Is it because of this? No, it shouldn't be because of that. It's because these haven't actually been getting any packaged fuel. And these ones, okay, you are perfectly full there. That means you just need packaged water. So it's really Okay, so let's go look at you over here to see. Yeah, the canisters definitely need to be. There needs to be more canisters in the system. And let's see how many we've gone through so far. Half. Shouldn't be a. I mean, I could speed it up. I definitely can speed it up. Let's see. Merger. Let's put it there. No, not you. You. There we go. Oh, right. Yes. You are correct. This is going to cause a little bit of an issue here. If these are making more than the belt can handle, which I'm not entirely sure they are. It's going to be a problem eventually, but not maybe right now. Yeah, you're filling up. And you're not so much. It's going to be interesting to see when I actually need to intervene and stop the influx. Yeah. We are getting a lot more water. And consequently, we are getting a lot more fuel, maybe? You're full. You have 2, that's not great. You have 0. Could be a ramp-up issue. Could be. Let's double-check that power is running well. Good. Ow. And we are getting some fuel coming in here. So that was maybe a good idea. And the fuel, the rubber is all full. Because we don't have enough fuel in here. Yeah, that's gonna... Yeah, this entire system has some massive ramp-up issues, and you don't have enough plastic. Which is perfectly fine, because you would just completely bork up this system if you put in more rubber here. You just need a lot more fuel at a proper speed. Okay, now I think that should be fine. Maybe I have to add more later, or remove some. That's also a distinct possibility. And actually, what I think I do want... Yeah, that would make a lot more sense. Some kind of a buffer here, and a buffer here. So that if it ever starts gunking up, then maybe the buffer should be here, maybe. Then it starts filling up the buffer. And I can actually just remove items from the buffer without worrying about stuff then, maybe. Keep a healthy half storage container as a buffer. That could work. Maybe not even an industrial storage container, just a normal one. Still concerned with the fuel, though. The packaged fuel. 67%? Hey, no, that's very good. 67. How are we doing in the middle? 100. Grand. 100. I saw a 0 there, which is... Oh, because this was full. Okay, that makes sense. Actually, no, it doesn't. Oh. That could be a problem. Because these aren't actually... Like, if I look at them... It says 15 cubic meters per minute. 15. Did I say 16? Wow. But I believe when it's not producing as much, it's not actually draining as much. Maybe. I know, like, if I remove this entirely, then these will still keep running, but they won't be using any of the fuel. So maybe I was thinking ahead when I did this. Make the excess go up, hopefully, rather than the excess in this going down. That would be... I could put a shunt that goes up here and here. Maybe. Oh, this is... No. Come on. Show me a 3. Yeah, you're going down. What was that? That looked weird. Anyway, we're getting some plastic, and we're getting some rubber there. Are we getting any rubber on the top? No, because we're not getting any plastic here. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Sadly. Getting a little bit of plastic, but not quite the amount we need yet. Getting all the rubber we need, though. All right, well, it's potentially working. It has some ramp-up issues that I'm not entirely sure what to do with. Yeah. But this, the way I've done it here is probably the way to go, unlike... No. This, unlike the way I've done it here. Yeah. I should make the ones that go into these ones. They are right now this one, and yeah, this one. I should make it the other one, the other way around. So like these on top that get the fuel last are the ones that go into the container. That's the way I prioritize keeping some rubber and plastic in the system, I believe. Maybe. You are indeed getting all the water you need, but you are not. Yeah, some kind of buffer is definitely needed. Maybe instead of, now that the system is actually up and running, maybe instead of a balancer, I just put in a buffer on both. Maybe. Or a buffer that connects to both belts. I'm not entirely sure that would balance things. Absolutely it wouldn't, actually. But if I put enough into like the container, then that should work, maybe. Oh well, that's not something I'm going to do today, however. So it works in theory. It has ramp-up issues, as I've said. But it is technically producing what I want it to do. Let's see. Yeah, the rubber is a little slow. Yeah, this needs to be a more unified stream. And the best way to do that is with a buffer. Yeah. All right. Well, I've talked myself into something I was thinking of doing anyway, so yay. Question is where I'm going to put that buffer. Like, can it actually be just floating in the air here? Or is that one of the things that I'm going to fix once everything works properly? Like fixing the belt work in these pipes, etc. Well, yeah. And I believe I don't... Oh! That could be causing some issues as well. If this is filling up from both this side and this side, then of course this works perfectly fine. But what if when I remove this... Let's actually do that and see what happens. Yeah, you should probably stop pumping. Let's see if it still... goes up and goes down. We can look at this one. Hiccups, that one as well. Goes up. I'm gonna need it to stay at 300 and it ain't gonna do that. So what if we do that? And you can do it. 7, 8. Is it because... No, these ones can't be starved, I don't think. Yeah, no. Should definitely be pumping up more than enough. Ow. So what? This is concerning. That's going to mean that eventually 50 grand. 50. Oh, that's why. Maybe. Like, there's not enough no. Shouldn't be. I'm gonna let it run like this and just see how long it lasts before it starts. Oh wow, this is not good. It's like it's almost not even worth it now. Like my original plan was to just have this entire thing replace my coal generators. That's not going to work now. I mean, yeah, the main base is taking up maybe this much energy right now, though, compared to like this, so could be fine. And if I add another 2 floors of this, should be fine for a while. But yeah, the entire refinery is taking way too much power compared to my requirements elsewhere. I am going to have to do something else elsewhere. Like find more fuel and more of these and just turn those into only making, like, only doing this and this. No, it's going to need to do that as well, obviously. Because I absolutely do need these water-like cans to go into the system in order to double the amount of fuel I'm getting. Or maybe that's not actually worth it. Also, that's interesting. It's full there. Not entirely sure what to do with all of this now. like lessons have obviously been learned, but let's see, how are we doing on? We're getting some rubber and we're getting a lot of plastic. That's nice. Interesting. If that's gunking up, oh, very much not. Right. Is it because? Right. Like maybe I'm repeating myself. No, you're getting more than enough fuel and rubber to do the job. So what's the hold up here? Is this just a temporary thing, or do I need to put in a smart splitter that sets the overflow to go into this one? Because if we compare them, that might be a good idea. But anyway, theory proven, I guess. This works. It's a chore to get working properly, but it works. And yeah. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this information right now. It's not making as much power as I wanted it to, obviously, but yeah. Also, it crashed. There we go. And we're back, and yeah, thankfully I didn't build anything in those last 3 minutes that weren't saved. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be able to put any excess. Actually, I can just pick up a few at least. Not ow. Let's go with you and you, which is technically removing like more canisters from this entire thing, which isn't technically something I want to do. So let's put you in there. Yeah, now, I am going to clean up the beltwork, put in some buffers, and probably like expand a few and maybe move some of them like 1 or 2 steps so that I can expand and actually fit proper like balancers on the inside, so I don't have to see them like here and there. And then I will see you next week. Thank you for watching.